Okay, we want to go over our procedures in regards to if OSHA inspector, or we're going to call them compliance officer, comes on site. The first thing when they come on site, they should be identifying themselves. Now, they don't always come up to a foreman or a superintendent because they don't know who we are. So if an OSHA inspector comes up to you, you're not a foreman, you're not a superintendent, you want to bring them to the foreman or superintendent, and that at that time you want to contact me so we can go over a quick game plan. They should be in not that much of a rush to where they allow us to conversate. At that time, I'll let you know if how far I'm away, if I could be there, and if not, what to do from there. So, don't get too excited, but at the same time, just say, introduce yourself and then say, can I make a quick phone call? I want to call my office. And they should really have no issue with you calling the office to find out what procedure or what steps we're going to take. Now, after you notify the main office, uh, we can ask them to wait up to an hour before they start doing any type of inspection. That doesn't mean that they're going to want to do that, but it also depends how you come across. You don't want to be abrasive. They're just doing their job. If we're doing our job, we should have nothing to worry about. If we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, then there should be no issues. Granted, you can find anything on any job site if there's an issue. So all requests for documents should be come through the main office. So if they do ask for any type of documentation, just make sure that you get the proper information. I always ask them for an email. I give them my email address, or you can give them my email address, which is jasonzilo@shelbyerectors.com, and say put it in writing so that way the office gives them exactly what they're asking for. Again, not to be sarcastic, be careful how you're coming across, but we want to be specific. If they are taking any types of pictures of anything, make sure you're taking pictures also, because they are not required to supply us any pictures that they take. So if they're taking a picture of a situation, try to get that same picture so that way we can address it if it comes to that point. Um, Answer any questions honestly, but be brief as possible. In other words, don't give out any more information than what they ask you for. If they ask you what you're doing, give it basically what you're doing. Don't go down deep in things. If they find an issue with something, don't say, well, that's how we've been doing it for the last 20 years. Just take whatever information and then be very limited on whatever information that you give them back. They usually are pretty smart individuals. They document everything. They document everything that you say. If they get back to us and they want to talk to you again, I've had OSHA inspectors to where they interview me and they're not writing. And then when I meet them for the second interview, they have it written and it's almost exactly what I said. So some of them are, again, very smart individuals, and you want to be careful what you tell them. Again, not to hide or lie, but just don't give any more information than what they're asking me for. Take careful notes as much as possible. I know that you're out in the field, and it might be hard to do that, but whatever you can jot down on your phone is really good to have. Again, take photos of anything. Compliance officers have the right to speak with an employee. So there are multiple employees on the site. If they are asking to speak to any of the Shelby employees, they have the right to do that. That employee has the right to ask for backup or support. So if they're being in want to be interviewed and they go, well, I'd like my foreman here with me, or my superintendent, or the safety officer. At the same time, they might need an interpreter. They might not know English very well, and if the inspector doesn't speak Spanish, they might need some type of interpreter. Uh, we cannot force them. We cannot enforce ourselves to be there. Well, If they want to speak to Jimmy, well, then I'm going to be there also. We don't have that right, but they do have the right the other way around. So take that in consideration. Um, do not challenge the compliance officer on any position that they take or comment that they make. It's okay to be tough, all right, to ask them to explain their position or comment. In fact, getting them to explain clearly what they are thinking is very helpful. There will be a closing conference at the end that is usually held, and then they usually get back to us. So OSHA has been on some of the sites already in regards to the main contractors. They did say that they were coming out, and they are out there. We just want to make you aware of how to handle yourself. Uh, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. If they do come on site, again, get in touch with your foreman or superintendent. Superintendent, foreman, get in touch with me. We make a quick game plan of how we're going to handle the situation at the moment. And again, be very limited on the information that you give out. Be precise and take a lot of pictures, take a lot of notes, and then we'll get back together and make a game plan from there. Have a great rest of your day.